Hi, and welcome to the video where we discuss settings and applications within your Google Apps email. First, we need to log into your email. Note that the username does not have the @jdcc.edu on it. Again, that's always important. Once you're logged into your email, you want to click on the gear at the top right-hand corner of the page and click on Mail Settings. On the first page, you're going to see the maximum page size. The first one deals with the number of conversations, and the next one deals with contacts. You can increase conversations up to 100 at the current time. Next, you have keyboards and shortcuts, which can be very helpful if you are used to managing your email with shortcuts. You can learn more about that by clicking the Learn More link. Then you have imaging displays, browser connections. We've discussed conversation view. You have the stars, which we discussed in our managing video, and you can move those up and down here. Desktop notifications are really wonderful things to have if you're using Google Chrome. So if you are on campus, you can use the red and white envelope with it looks like an M for mail. It's also a red and white envelope that automatically uses Google Chrome. If you're at home, you can just look for Google Chrome on the internet and find that and download to use it. You can select a picture. You can show pictures from your contacts. There's a people widget that displays information at the top right-hand corner of every email about the people in the email that they've allowed to be shared. You also have create contacts for autocomplete, so every time you send an email to a person, it's going to add them to your contacts. You can look at the ads. Of course, Google does give us free use of this email system. It doesn't cost us anything to have this email system, which is very kind of them. So we do allow the ads to show, so we can return the favor. However, you can change some of the properties of those ads here. You may want to change your signature, and you can do that here. And that appears at the bottom of all of your outgoing messages. You also have personal level indicators. This will display an arrow next to messages that are sent to your address specifically. In other words, they were addressed to you, not to a mailing list or to a blind carbon copy. Or a double arrow that are sent to messages only to you, and that can be very helpful in determining which messages are specifically for you and for you alone. You can, by default, it shows snippets of the message. In other words, when you're looking at your inbox, it shows the person that sent the email, it shows the subject of the email, and then a portion of the email to start with. If you only want to see the subject, you can select that here. We have a vacation responder. As you can note here, if turned on, it will automatically reply to messages that come into your email. If the same person sends you several messages, they will only receive the automated reply once every 4 days. By default, it sends to all people that send you an email. You can limit that by checking either of these two boxes to only the people in your contacts or only people at Jeff Davis. If you are having any issues with attachments for whatever reason, please be sure to change it to basic attachments. So once you make a change, you do need to click the Save Changes button. One of the slightly frustrating things about that is it takes you back out to your inbox. So we have to go back into Settings. We covered labels in our managing email video, so we won't cover that here. You don't need to worry with accounts. Filters we'll be covering in depth with one of our advanced email videos. You can forward all of your email to another account. You can only forward some of your email by creating a filter. Again, we'll cover that in another video. My thoughts are here, disable POP. POP is a way to check email from other programs or other devices. While it seems like it might be a good idea to use POP, the thing that with POP is that you actually pull the email from your inbox to another location and delete it from your inbox here in your Google email, and that leads to fragmentation of your email where some of the email is in one place and some of the email is in another place, and it can very quickly be very, very confusing, so I do not recommend using that. However, I do recommend enabling IMAP, which leaves all of your email in the same place and is very wonderful for you to be able to use to check email from your iPhone or from your Droid. And you can click the configuration instructions here to be able to configure that. I'm going to save changes and go back into our mail settings. Here is where you'll change your settings for chat. So you can turn history chat on and off. By default, it's always on and can be searched. Don't worry with the call phones. You can see the other settings that are here. Sounds will play when new messages arrive or when calendar events come up, which is what you heard just a moment ago. You can also turn on the emoticons, which are like your smileys. We'll automatically animate them. Web clips will show the categories that you would like to see. By default, these are the ones that are there. And they'll show just above your inbox, as you can see here. And they'll try to be relevant to what you are looking at in your email. So that is a very handy way to specifically target those clips and get more information and more news very easily to right to the place that you want to see it. Labs will be going away in Google in the future, but for now it's still here, and these are testing features that are really kind of a wonderful little place where Google tests out new features before they roll them out to everybody automatically. So you feel free to go in and try any of these out. You can always get back in and turn them off. There are multiple kinds of inboxes within Google. We're not going to cover those here, but I personally love the priority inbox. A lot of people don't like it. Classic is the default. If you are going to choose a different inbox, please watch the video linked here and or click the link here. That's very important that you watch those videos on how those different inboxes work. They show the same email, but they order things differently. The priority inbox will show messages from people that you read or messages that Google determines are important. They'll show those first. Those messages that are unread from people that Google believes you believe are important first. Of course, you can also set who is important and not. If you are using Google Chrome, as we mentioned before, you can use offline mail. It's not supported by Internet Explorer, which is what we're using for this recording of this video. And last within your settings are themes. And this is a very fun thing to play around with. When you click a theme, it will show you many different things around the boundaries here. So you can see this shows a nice big planet up here. If we change to fantasy, you are under the sea, and you can see that's the surface of the water. Summer ocean shows you the waves in a beach type color here. If you look at, there's one called tree. It has clouds, a very cloudy day with a nice blue sky and a small tree down at the bottom. And these will change slightly with time. If you leave the tree here, they will go from a cloudy sky to a sunny sky and back, etc., rainy, etc., etc. Mountains will do the same thing. It will change from these mountains to different pictures of different mountains, and the same thing with all the different themes that are here. The default theme is Classic, so make sure you remember that. If you click on Classic, it will be back to your default theme. The last thing I want to cover, and this is not necessarily just in settings, but it's everywhere, is down here, last account activity. If for any reason you believe your email is not secure anymore, click on Details, and you can see the addresses of the computers and the times of the computers that are accessing your account. If you see anything that's going wrong here, please change your password as quickly as possible or contact the help desk at support@jdcc.edu. That's all for your settings video. Again, if you have any questions, please email support@jdcc.edu. Thank you.